Thanks for joining, everyone. It is Andrew here from MAO Magic. Zmodo recently launched the new Torch Pro, which is kind of a combination of a smart light bulb that has an integrated camera, as well as a new digital doorbell that'll replace your existing doorbell and add things like a motion sensor, remote capabilities, and an IR sensor. Think of it just a really fancy doorbell. So when someone rings your door, you'll get a notification on your phone from anywhere, whether you're home or away. And then you'll have video. You can automate responses to let someone know what to do when they're there. Just lots of different controls that you have for your doorbell and this smart camera and even a light bulb. Pretty much everything you need is included inside of the box. You get the light bulb itself, you get the doorbell, and then there's a few different tools and accessories down in the bottom that you're going to need to actually get up and going. There is an alternative kind of voltage thing that you can get if you have like an older house, but a lot of people aren't really going to need that. So we'll focus on kind of the core product here. Inside that little case in the bottom, it's kind of nice. They not only they include a screwdriver like a lot of these smart products do, but they even included a drill bit. So if you don't have the necessary capabilities right now, you can use that drill bit to drill the holes to mount that smart doorbell to your door. The light bulb itself, it's quite big. It was definitely bigger than I expected it to be, but it does have a lot of tech built in here. Of course, it rotates around so that it can face the camera in the correct way. The camera itself moves up and down, so you can rotate it and then point the camera exactly where you're going. And of course, inside the top is a huge array of LED lights. This does get very bright, a lot brighter than a lot of the internal bulbs that we've tested out in the past. Also, real quick, it doesn't have to go up or down. It will work in both orientations. Moving on to the smart doorbell, you have the motion sensor and the IR sensor in the front, as well as a microphone. And then there is the doorbell button itself. It'll light up blue when it's ready and operational. On the back plate is completely removable, which makes it easy to mount, as well as take it off if you ever need to change anything. Installing this is really dead simple. There's only 2 wires that you really have to move over from your existing doorbell, but they include all the tools to make sure you get it done correctly, including a little level that you can use to make sure that the new smart doorbell is perfectly lined up. So I've got everything ready, and I have my old kind of dreary doorbell here. It's really easy. We're going to turn off the breaker first and foremost. You don't want to be shocking yourself, though it is going to be low voltage. On my old doorbell here, I simply remove 2 screws, one on the top and one on the bottom, and then inside of the doorbell itself, there is 2 different screws I need to unscrew again. Once I remove the positive and negative wires, I'll attach those new wires to my new doorbell. It has the same kind of 2 terminals there that you would on your old doorbell. Once the back plate is mounted, I simply line up the front and slide it down into position. You can go ahead and push the side piece in, which locks it into place. There are a few different lights on the doorbell itself. There's the green one here. It'll either flash green, which means it's ready for setup. It'll be solid green, which means it's connected to your network. And there's blue, which means you're good to go. Once it's blue, you can really use the doorbell as you normally would once it's been set up through the Zmodo application. During my setup process, I did have a few hiccups along the way, but it was nothing that I couldn't really just work through. Basically, the camera and the light did not initially connect to my network, but simply repeating the process, everything got up running smoothly. Now, there are tons of products that Zmodo makes other than the Torch Pro, and all of them can be controlled here within the Zmodo app. I'm not going to go through everything you can do in the Zmodo app because there's a lot, but we'll focus on some of the cool things you can do with the Torch Pro. So of course, this is a smart light, which means it's not just schedulable and white. You can actually change the color, change the brightness, change the saturation, and turn it on and off from within inside the app or really anywhere. It's pretty handy and it works really well. I was actually surprised how bright it was. So you can just easily go here and change the color yourself manually, or you can actually go in and schedule it. So different times of the day, the light is on or off, and different colors. That camera is also built into the light, so I here have a 720p live video stream of my front porch. I can tap on the record button that bottom left-hand side, or I can tap on the picture button in the right-hand corner, and it'll do just that. Start recording it and save it to the application, or hit the photo button and take a screenshot or a picture from my camera. On the home page of the application, you have a few different things here. You can change your view by room or the device or the types of devices. I can go to live view and watch a live stream of my camera. Notably, turning it sideways, you get a lot more field of vision than you would when your phone is vertical. You have the motion alert, so you can see any time that the IR or the motion sensor picked up any motion, as well as any times that you've answered the phone or answered your doorbell and any of those conversations that you've had. There is the light that you can change, which we've already looked at, but again, you can just go in and change the color of the light, the brightness of the light, turning it on or off, all that you can do from this homepage inside of the application. And then of course, we just have a few other things like share and settings that you can control. One thing that is notable that I wasn't a huge fan of, but I understand why, when the light is on, the image from the camera is in black and white. So when it detects motion and the light is on, you're going to see a black and white video of whoever's at your porch. The reason for this is because of that color. It's going to kind of distort the video, and some people may not like that, and you can't really tell. So if the light is on, it's going to be in black and white. Not ideal, but it is what it is. There are also settings for home versus away. So when you're at home, you'll have different controls, and when you're away, you'll have different ones. For instance, I don't want to have motion and other notifications while I'm at home, but I do want to see those notifications while I'm away. So just different preferences, so you can really customize this to work for your smart home. Now, one of the best features, really, why people buy this at all, is this right here. When someone rings your doorbell, your phone will light up saying someone's at your door. You can hit answer, you can see who it is. Tapping talk will allow you to have a live conversation with whoever's at your door. Yes, that is a little bit cut off here, but if I turn my phone sideways, you should be able to see more, maybe. Either way, you can record this conversation or take a picture with those two buttons in the bottom left and bottom right corner. I should really just angle this more at the center of where that person's going to be standing. And then if I have a smart lock, I can go ahead and let them in. This compares really well to a lot of the other smart doorbells out there in the system because the camera is a lot more movable. It has the smart lighting system in there. It has more schedules that you can do. Just really more of a robust system, especially with everything else that Zmodo makes. My biggest problem is just the fact that it turns into black and white when the light's on. I want to have the light on because otherwise they look backlit and look more like a silhouette, but if the light's on and it's black and white, I'm just not getting good enough picture. Let us know what you guys think of the Zmodo Torch Pro down in the comments below. If you'd like to pick one up, of course, we put a link down in the description. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and want to see more. Otherwise, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.